Okay, number 6. If you've come this far, then you already know what's going wrong. Everything. Well, actually, no. One went pretty good, and the last one had a few good. We had a few good technical picks on that one, if not the slam dunk.
We are nearly a week into December, and our guessing game so far also is mixed, and that's being favourable to us.
I think we're strong on points, but yeah, the real slam dunks, they have currently eluded us for now. We're saving it up. We're saving up is what we're doing.
This is a masterfully curated set of whiskies, and some expertly, deftly picked cryptic clues as well. There have been
it's time.
Red herrings and false leads and self-doubt.
The good thing about these, when bottles are poured, this, and I don't even know how they did this, there's actually no air in here. That
Magic.
should be impossible. You can't. My shake test is for naught, so I won't even bother. Okay, here we go. Treacherously full. Okay.
And can you?
What have we got?
I don't know, but I guess it's some whiskey.
We've got... As much as I was overwhelmed by the quality of the first one, I am maybe slightly underwhelmed by the initial impact of this one. This one is not really speaking particularly loud. This is a bit of a sheepish whiskey.
It's mild on the nose.
It's very mild. It's very mild and very grain driven.
Interesting.
But maybe quite strong. I'm just getting a little tingle in the nostrils. Let's taste it and see.
Ooh.
Also,
Yeah,
I should say this is white wine level.
Oh, that's got some like a mentholy burn on the nose. This is almost a decongestant. Oh, wow.
Okay. Okie dokie. Spirit driven, you would have to say.
That's one of those very fleeting, evaporates off the tongue kind of sensations.
Yeah, spirit driven and ethereal whiskey. It doesn't taste too far away from Scotland to me, and coming out of a cask as rinsed as this one, because this is so rinsed, this is so third fill, I'm not even completely confident whether to say this was bourbon or sherry, because it almost doesn't matter, because it's
I would lean toward bourbon based on the colour and the taste.
Because just last night at the St Andrew's Day tasting, which has revealed that we do these in batches because that is no longer lines up with the date. But in real space, as we enjoy it, last night was the St Andrew's Day tasting, and there was a 12-year-old cask strength Bunnahabhain that was similarly spirit driven, and that one did come from a sherry butt. But there was so little left. There was the sherry butt was so scoured of its very, very life and soul that you couldn't even.
You got a whiskey of this pallor out of
yeah.
refill sherry. That's
I was very surprised, which is now colouring my opinion here. Also, we've got a very heavy opacity here, so that's another notch there.
This is reminding me a little of. I think it was many moons ago. We tried a Glen Grant 10, which was what we almost jokingly called it a table whiskey. It was like a crisp white wine, a quaffable, light flavour, easy drinking kind of a whiskey. This is similar to that. I'm not saying it is that, of course, just that it's that same kind of ballpark generally.
All right, well, here's what I've got. I think this could easily be the 12-year-old cask strength.
Wow, okay.
Because it doesn't taste like young whiskey. It tastes like spirit-driven whiskey.
Right.
So I think this has spent a perfectly long time in a cask, 12 years if I am correct, but it just hasn't spent that time doing much.
Well, I'm reluctant to make any guesses at this stage because I'll bamboozle myself into a rabbit hole. Okay. And let's see the clue, though.
Let's see
what's our day 6 hint?
Oh, definitely had double there. Just the one. Here it comes. Provenance.
Okay.
What is Provenance bottle?
Okay, it's clear.
It's single cask. The answer is single cask. McGibbon's Provenance. Is it McGibbon's Provenance? Or did it used to be McGibbon's Provenance?
Used to be McGibbon's
We
Provenance.
don't get them
I don't think
anymore.
that label exists. It was something to do with the one of those families of brothers.
It was tied up with the Langs somehow.
McGibbon's
Provenance, they did those funny like seasonal range.
Yeah,
it was like this is an autumn distillation. This is a summer distillation, as if it meant something. Which
it was
never
a
did to
way
me.
of getting very, very unique bespoke bottlings at what I recall being quite a bargain price. You get
They
amazing,
were
never
the
repeatable
cheap
whiskies,
ones, yeah.
and they did not cost a fortune. It was I missed them so badly.
To throw a bit of a stone in there, I thought the Provenance ones were only 46%, but I could be wrong there. Thing is, I haven't seen a McGibbon's Provenance for years and years and years.
I don't believe the brand exists anymore. I could be wrong though.
Either this is an old one which has turned up, or was just in someone's collection for yonks, which is not inconceivable. If anyone's seen the Dave collection, knows the whiskies hang around if you start saving them up. So it could be an old Provenance bottling,
or it could be simply that the concept of provenance applies to this whiskey in particular, a distinguished place of origin.
I like that less because that doesn't help me. I quite like this for the 12-year-old cask strength. It could also be Weems. The rest doesn't quite do it.
I did once try. This is going out on a very shaky limb here. I once had I think it was a Cadenhead's bottling of about a 32-year-old Bunnahabhain from a very refill bourbon cask. It was pale yellow. It was almost green, and it was subtle and dry and just a low key but deeply expressive whiskey. So that would be a.
I personally don't like this for Bunnahabhain,
Yeah,
but
no.
doesn't mean in any way that it's out of the realm of possibility.
I mean, just simply that's the only other clue I could see this applying to,
Yeah.
except for Weems, of course.
Well, and there's distilled 1999, but
That's all. I don't see this being a full quarter century. But then I could be wrong. I've been wrong more often than I've been right when it comes to these guesses.
I think it's, if it is not 12-year-old cask strength, it will be the strength isn't quite high enough. I really like this for single cask because I think this would be such a mad pick for a brand to put in their standard lineup. It would be absolute heresy because no one would buy it because it's for whiskey nerds only, this sort of whiskey. It's not even the right colour, it's so unfashionable. So that's why I'm thinking... Yeah, so maybe the cask strength is just naturally very low. It was a bit of a leaker, or what none of this helps me with is where it bloody comes from. I still think I like this for Scotland. As for where in Scotland, it's quite space-sidey. It's very fruity. It's very sort of fluid and rapid on the palate. It's certainly no peat influence here that I'm picking up. There's not a lot of funk. It's all very clean, clear-cut whiskey, which helps me not one bit, because I've just named most of the distilleries in Scotland. Is anything at all entering your mind that we could use?
No. Weems have certainly bottled things of this sort of character before, but then they cast a wide net and draw from all the great whiskey regions. It could be a unique Weems bottling of, I don't know what. It could be an independent bottling of a Bunnahabhain from an old refill bourbon cask. I think I've tainted my powers of deduction by making that comparison early on.
I think I'm going to take the coward's way out and aim for the centre of the country.
Okay.
I think that's the place that I've arrived. I'll have one more sip. But
this clue, provenance. So clearly where it's from matters in a big way. Or maybe it's where it's from, I don't know.
Well, maybe we're both getting on a plane. I don't know. We'll find out. Let's see. Let's go reasonably smack dab in the middle here. Let's say this is okay, let's just go. This Glen Ord.
Okay.
Sort of super spiritual.
Okay, Glen Ord for you, Bunnahabhain for me. What do we have? Behold, how wrong are we? Whee.
Oh, you've got it.
Dang.
It's wait, no. I don't have it. But I got the McGibbon's.
1999.
Where the hell is Balmain?
McGibbon's Provenance.
So this is 46%. So I was wrong on the 12-year-old cask strength, because unless the cask strength was exactly 46%, then that is not the case. Douglas McGibbon.
2 refill hogsheads. Okay, it's not single cask, but close.
Yep.
And Provenance, because obviously it is in fact a McGibbon's Provenance.
It's also 1999.
Yeah.
But
yep. Balmenach, are they one of the famous worm tub users?
let's find out after the cut. Right, we figured it out. Well, rather, we Googled it, and Google figured it out. This is, in fact, the bowl of dog food distilled 1999, which I realise the camera has cut off because we couldn't fit it all in frame. But you will, of course, see the digital version in front of you, or if you click the handily provided link.
Bowl of dog food, in fact, being a tub of worms.
Yes,
as in
tub of worms.
worm tub.
Which Balmenic Distillery is, as we have found out, famous for. So there, we're learning as we go.
Yeah.
And yeah, McGibbon's Provenance, I was right about that one. This must be, unless they've revived that range, an absolutely ancient bottle of McGibbon's Provenance that has been rolling around in someone's collection for a very long time. So that's a bit of a nostalgic hit there, because we used to be quite the aficionados of McGibbon's Provenance, because it was the one we could afford.
Yes.
That was the cheap whiskey, which there is now no such thing as. But anyway,
1999 Balmenach. This may be one of, I don't recall, but I have not had many Balmenach, certainly. And yeah, could not have been more wrong in other respects. It's from refill hogsheads,
could have.
not a
We could
refill
have.
bourbon cask.
we could have said it was New Zealand whiskey. That would have been a
That would
trip.
have been, yeah. Okay.
But yeah, the damage. I got off pretty light with only 79 kilometres.
Yeah.
That's almost as light as I've gotten off thus far. Dave didn't fare quite so well going, I mean, we're still in the same country, but at a rather distressing different end. And he got hit with the 340. So Dave remains in the lead.
In the lead with a higher score.
Well, in lead with the higher score. Dave remains somewhat further down the
the
track.
higher food miles, which is
yeah.
sadly losing.
Dave's just sweating carbon miles up there. But I am not, in the grand scheme of things, that far behind. Until we have another Japan, that will really decide things. And in terms of the ranking of Balmenic, we both kind of liked this one. But I think a Holy Spirit-driven whiskey, we decided it's never really going to punch that far up. But in consensus, and we did the big argument off screen because it just takes too jolly long and who has time, we think this is just a notch, a tiny hair above Kingsbarns, but below Miyagi-Ko. That is where it shakes out. So I'm going to amend the list with that one, and you'll see it on the screen. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Is the list complete nonsense? Are we out of our minds? Who knows? Let us know in the comments, and let us know how you're going. I think never before have we been able to offer as much sort of meat on the bone in terms of people picking without actually being able to taste. So yeah, who has been getting the whiskies in the absence of us being able to get the whiskies, even without the whiskey? That's the real question. I'll bet there's more than one of you. So yeah,
I'm still, again, mentally kicking myself for having the clue which is Provenance, but me ruling out McGibbon's Provenance.
It was too easy. It was too easy. All right, let me amend the list, and we'll be back for day 7. Goodness, we're getting into it. We're getting along for sure. All right, Slanger, catch us then.